So next we're going to be checking the ear test. So in order for me to use an ear test, I'm going to be using this instrument here that's called a tuning fork, and we have to make sure that it's at 512 hertz. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be coming in the back, putting the base, which is this here, in back of his mastoid process, and then I'm going to use it around his external ear. So I'm going to be telling my patient, this is going to be 1 and this is going to be 2. And what I want you to do, Jesse, is I want you to tell me which one you hear the most. So here we go. 1 or 2? 2. Because he's hearing it on the external ear, that tells me or informs me that he's not having any hearing loss. So in order for us to make sure that he's normal, we are going to be comparing this bilaterally. So I'll go over to the other side, and we're going to put the base along the mastoid process, and then we'll do it on the external ear. 1 or 2, Jesse? And he's signalizing 2, so therefore that tells me that it's within normal ranges. Next, we're going to be checking for his lymph nodes. We got to check for the submandibular and the anterior cervical lymph nodes. And the importance of checking these lymph nodes is that there's no growth, there's no deformities or tenderness. If so, it can lead to tell us that there's something wrong with the immune system. It can be the immune system is alarming itself to let us know that there's an infection, either bacterial or viral. So we will begin by palpating the submandibular lymph nodes. I will use my 4 fingers to apply my force tender. So I'll start here, and then I'll begin palpating the anterior cervical. And in order for me to better get a feeling of the lymph nodes, I'm going to ask him to please rotate to the right hand side, and it'll allow me to palpate those lymph nodes. And now to the left hand side. Perfect. So next, we're going to be doing a third examination. So there's a couple of things here. I'm going to use the tongue depressor, and I'm going to use shine a light in there because I want to look at the back, which is the uvula, but I also want to be checking for the tonsils. I'm going to ask him to open his mouth. I'm going to be placing my tongue depressor to press his tongue down. I'll be using my light to look back. One thing that I want to look is I want to make sure that it's a pinkish reddish color. Also, I want to make sure that the uvula is not swung to one side or the other. That will tell me that there's an issue with the cranial nerves. I want to make sure that the tonsils, there's no pus or there's no growth. And I want to make sure that the color remains constant. Also, as I use my tongue depressor to push his tongue down, I want to make sure that he says ah. Please go ahead and say ah, Jesse. When he says ah, the uvula will technically move, showing again that that's within normal ranges. So that has concluded my general medical examination. Thank you.